This is my drive in the morning. In the morning, there's really no traffic whatsoever. I'm doing speed limit, which is 55, and that's what I do in the mornings going in. In the afternoons, speed limit is 55, but you might be lucky if you can get up to 50. And that's because this area out here has been growing so fast. And when I was younger, I'm talking maybe 30 years ago, 20 years ago, I would be able to do about 80 mile an hour going down here. And it would be nobody on the road. And now I go through this every day. Mornings real nice, afternoons it's almost hell. But just wanted to show the miles per gallon or the miles per tank with this type of traffic, which is basically a half and half. More or less highway driving, no stops, and half city driving, stop and go. And right now on the odometer, I can't even focus it here, but it's 540 miles so far on this tank, and I'm a little bit on the quarter tank. So I'll be back in the afternoon coming home, see what it's like. Right, this is on the highway section now. I should have taken a video on the U.S. highway, smaller highway, not the interstate. But I was just driving. But this is the traffic I got. I'm doing 65. That's the speed limit here, 65. I'm not even 5 over. So that's what it looks like. Got traffic, but you can go speeds that, I mean, it is over the speed limit. And I'll take another video when I get back on. I have maybe a mile. I'm back on a small highway, and that's going into downtown. So I actually go through downtown and a bunch of moving around different roads. So, but it's all just moving. Even in the downtown area, I don't have to go through traffic this time of the morning. It is 5:55 in the morning, and I'm maybe 5 minutes behind the time I usually leave. So that's nothing. But that's 6 days a week drive for me, like this. And then on the 7th day, it's just work at the house. And well, on Saturdays too is work at the house. And they've been doing a lot of construction work on these roads. They do nighttime, but during the winter, they do a lot of it during the daytime. So, switch lanes. Blinking lights up front is minivans that do school drop-offs. But I'll come back when I'm on the highway, the small one. This is the interstate, just about to exit. My signal, looks at my mirrors. And this F-250 here is the 8-foot bed with the 4 doors. So it's basically the longest one that you can have. So you have to use all your mirrors. Make sure you're using your mirrors, turn your head, your blind spot, make sure everything is clear. Because I've had motorcyclists pull up at the side of me So you have to look. This is basically the same road. All I did is came off of it, get onto the interstate, and get right back on it. This is going into downtown. The drive for me isn't that far. I mean, for North Carolina, this isn't a far drive. It's from where I'm going to here. It's like 30, 35 miles maybe. It's, I know some places, like where you live in the city, 35 miles that's a far distance. My niece drives like 6 miles and complain about it. So, and this is morning traffic. I'll be at work probably around 6. It is 6 right now, but this is downtown. So since I'm running a little behind, I'll take off on this road here and go around. Now this road right here is going into State University, North Carolina State. So, and that's Raleigh, downtown Raleigh. Pretty small city compared to some of the other cities I've been through. This is really small. Even Charlotte is a monster compared to this. Right on this street, it's probably a mile up the road. I worked on that building. It is a prison, and we were just installing new generators in the prison. The generator, the backup generator, that was when everybody was going insane for Y2K. We installed a big generator there because they were saying the year 2000 the cells can open up and let the prisoners out. So we went ahead and installed a generator. It was about the size of a short semi-trailer. Can't remember the length of it. It's been a while. But that's the road into the prison right there. That turn, if you turn, that is the prison that way. And the speed limit here is 45, and you see people are passing me. I'm doing 50. And we've been having a lot of accidents. People here using those little motorized scooters. The students hitting cars, falling, stuff like that. That's the football field straight ahead. That's the football field right there. me turn this thing off. I just pulled up to my spot. Have to park this. All right. Set my brakes. My mileage. Where's the mileage? Can't even see that good with the lights. Let me try to get out of here. 563.4. And that's where my tank is, right there. So when I head home, I'll fuel back up. All right. Getting to leave early so I can beat most of the traffic. I still have lights that'll catch me, but that's better than getting stuck in heavy traffic. So this is by the prison back over here. And I'll come back when we on another road. What I got to deal with, sun in the eyes and stoplights, a lot of them. And one thing I noticed with the 7.3 motor is when it's cold, it makes more noise. You can actually hear it in the cab a lot more. It's almost like when a car catalytic converter is somewhat stopped up and it shifts more, a little bit sluggish, but once it warms up, it just goes back into a normal mode, almost like a gas vehicle. No difference really. And diesel 289 in this area. We got 575, and I'm down there on fuel. Just have to deal with a little bit of traffic, and I left early, so I shouldn't have much. A little stop and go, nothing serious. And I get up on the road and try to make it home, and then have the weekend off this weekend. I'll be back when we're doing something. This is the traffic I run into, so I'm taking the other road and go around because they're doing construction work up there, and they're doing it during the day right now. So that's the road I came down in the morning. So I'll take the other road and go around the long way, but I'll dodge the traffic. See, they're building a new bridge here and everything. I'll be back. Even going the long way, I still ran into the traffic. This one is basically lights, and don't run these lights over here. Every one of these lights have cameras, so you think you get away, and about 2-3 weeks you get something in the mail. There's one of the cameras right there on your right, and it has a sign that'll tell you it's got them. So I wouldn't even stop in the middle here if it was an amber light. But this is what I have to go through. Even if I went the other way, I'd have to do it, but I figure if I'm going to go through traffic, I'll stop at a store or something, get some stuff. So we'll see. Now the part I hate about this truck. Diesel is $296 more or less. Alright, I'll go ahead and pump this and be back. Well, let me see if I can get it's 600 miles exact on it right now, and Let me get the key. Try to get it good.
To give you the gift of my brilliance.
Yeah, 600 miles. That's where the needle was. So let me go ahead and put the gas in and our diesel in. All right.
For details.
All right, this pump stopped at 75 the first time. $75, and that was how many gallons? Doesn't even say how many gallons. And then the second time around, okay, yeah, it does say how many gallons. 25.3. And then the second time around, to fill it up, $35 and 11.8 gallons. So that's what it took on this one full up, and that was 600 miles. So now I'll be hitting the road again. And this is what I do every time. Right after I fill up, hit the key and reset it. That's the 600. Reset back, and then that keeps a track on what I have if my gauge isn't working. This now is just going home. This is basically the same road I videoed in the morning, coming in with absolutely no traffic. Now you got some cars that will be coming up to some lights in a little bit. That's where the traffic started building up. It takes me about 40 minutes to get to work in the morning, and about an hour 15 minutes to get back home in the afternoon, and that's a straight shot. I'll just keep videoing, on and off. This is what it is. I'm going home expecting to have Friday off, and then the home office calls me, and I got to be at work first thing in the morning on Saturday. First Saturday off in months, and I got to go to work. So this is what I go through in the afternoons, and it's just gonna be like this for the next 8 miles, because they're doing some constructions, changing out a bridge, adding some lanes. So that's what I'll have to go through. And then you have people doing this. Oh man, never fails. All right. This is back on small highway, heading back out in the countryside, past all the traffic, and now it's just cars on the road, nothing big. But out here is where I was talking about this morning, about the traffic used to be really light. I could do 80, or could have done 80 back in the days, 90 and all if you wanted. The only thing you'd have to worry about is deers crossing the road. But they started building up a bunch of houses, neighborhoods started popping up everywhere, and these high-end houses like that, $250,000 to $300,000 homes, and in this area here, that's a lot. Homes up in this area, when I bought, was in the low 70s to the low 80s. They got a little shopping center up on that side now, and they're building another one on that end. So all this came in here within the last 2-3 years. They're building something else on this side over here. Can't even come out here and fish like I used to. I used to ride my go-karts down here. Used to come down here and fish in that lake, and there's another lake right down on the other side. It was all fields. This is all fields up here. Everything was just calm. The trees here, they cut them down. I hope they don't build another neighborhood in the back. It's some trees there, and built another neighborhood on that side. And this is where he just cut everything down over here. But the neighborhood is there, and those houses do not look like they're worth $250,000. Used to have a section up here. Every day I passed would have about 15 deers in the field just standing there. Let's see if they're still there. They still come here. I haven't passed this way in a little bit. Nope, no deers. That's how they built this little place. They have weddings and everything up on that side. All this would be fields in the summertime with tobacco or cotton or soybeans. Some once in a while corn. This is the wedding place there. That's the male person. They knocked all the trees down over there too. This used to just be wooded. I mean, heavy woods. The trees, it was a bunch of pine. They were so tall you can literally walk through them with no grass or anything in between. That side might be the next side to go. Well, they took out some back here. And up front might be going soon. And from where I fueled up, 14.6 miles to this point. And these tall pine trees. This is just a drive in and out from the job to the countryside where I live. You got right there. That used to be a dirt road, and it had the right of way over the paved road. All these houses just popped up within the last 5 years. They're still building on this one here, right there in the back. That concrete building, I guess it's for the camper. Just got the camper this summer. So, and a shooting range out there. Every yard has its own little shooting range. This is one of the first guys in this area here. He was there probably 5 years before I got out here. Because all this was farmland. Putting something else there. Well, that's it. Just a drive through the city to country. All right.